Hello. Hello to my Fiesty friends. Welcome or welcome back if you are a returning viewer to Fiesty Needle here on Flosstube. My name is Tona. I'm also known as Fiesty Stitcher on Instagram, and I am the owner of Fiesty Needle, which is an online cross-stitch shop based out of the burbs of Minneapolis, St. Paul area. Hopefully one day we will be a brick and mortar. Right now, you got me online. This is episode number 2 of your Needlework Marketplace 2025. Needlework Marketplace 2025, which is a wholesaler online weekend event at the end of August that all of us shop owners are taking pre-orders on and getting this fantastic content out to you all so you can pick your favorites, get them in your add to carts, all the good things. Keep in mind, any order that you place at fiestyneedle.com, if you place multiple orders for Needlework Marketplace, you will only pay for your shipping one time. So you, on the front of it, you will pay for shipping for every order that you put in. However, for any of those subsequent orders after the first one, you will be refunded back for your shipping cost once everything ships. I will consolidate those and send them all out in one package, so no need to have tracking on multiple packages. So let's get started. Very exciting about all of the beautiful projects that have been landing in my email box. I have 18 designers to go over today. 8 of them are already loaded to the website. So getting them put on the website is tedious, but well worth it. And I want to just let you all know that that is coming. My time is a little bit more limited while I'm working. It's my days off that I'm able to really hit it hard and get it all up on there. However, if there is something that you are looking for and you don't see it on the website, or you have not seen me post it on the Fiesty Needle Instagram page, please feel free to reach out and I can get that loaded for you so that you're able to purchase. I guess that's the other thing I should mention. I am doing, for every designer that comes out, once I get them posted on the website, I do post it to the Instagram page, Fiesty Needle. That way you're able to follow along and you'll know once it's up and available on the website. So without further ado, as they say, let's jump in with the 8 designers that I currently have up and ready to go. So the first one is Little Robin Designs. Little Robin Designs came out with 6 new patterns this time. And the first one right off the bat is a fantastic trick or treat 3-for-1 pattern. They are all smalls, basically. It's a Seasons of the Square number 2 trick or treat square. So you've got a witch and, is that a cat? Is it not a cat? I'm not sure. And a dog, pumpkin girl. I don't know. These all have an identity crisis, but I love them. I'm here for it. Each one is 80 by 80. And yeah, trick or treat square. Very good job. The next one is Mary Overton 1850. When I saw this, I was like, oh, those colors are amazing. Those pinks and mauves. Fantastic. I'm sorry, did I say 1880? It's 1850. Mary Overton 1850. And that's 106 by 79. As I did in recap number 1, once I go through a designer, I'm going to save the last one for my favorite one by that designer. Next one up is KW's Little Geode. This border reminds me of waves, and I love it. I'm here for it. Beautiful colors. Well done. 95 by 119 on KW's Little Geode. We've got Agnes Harwood 1880. Maybe that's where I was getting the 1880 from. I don't know. But Agnes Harwood 1880 with a sampler style here. And that's 162 by 173. Sarah Ann Bear 1845. In memory of Martin Bear, died 35 years, 4 days. Sarah Ann Bear 1845 is 209 by 219, so she is a big one. And then coming in last but certainly not least, my favorite, Wilding Hill Manor. I can't get over the spookiness of this. So apparently this is a previous exclusive. I'm not sure if this was out in a box or where it was released previously, but I haven't seen it and I think it is gorgeous. It is so well done. I love the cat. I especially love the willow tree. Always a favorite. And this one is 131 by 129. Next up, oh, I should mention, I'm upstairs again today and life is happening around me. I put the cat outside. She's on a leash because she was sitting at the door complaining as I was setting up because she loves to be outside. So she's outside on a leash. The dogs have eaten, but they are not quiet four-legged children. They wrestle and they slop water everywhere. And so if you are hearing our critters, I apologize, but that's just the way our house works. So next we've got Rosewood Manor from Karen Kluba. And we've got 6 new releases. First is Mossy Creek Winery. Mossy Creek Winery is obviously sampler style, as you can tell. And can you see those peacocks? Or the peacock just hanging out on the fence? It's awesome. I love that. This one is 217 by 249. Next we have Red Peacocks by Rosewood Manor. At first I was like, I don't even see the peacocks. There are no peacocks in this. They're right in the middle. So underneath the alphabet on the left side, it looks almost like a little vase, but it's actually a peacock. And then there is a reverse style one over on the other side. I love anything done in red. I'm not a sampler stitcher, but this is really cool. I like it a lot. 263 by 213. And this one is done in Weeks Dye Works Baked Apple. I just got Baked Apple into the store. I only have 4 skeins in inventory right now, and this one alone takes 13. So if that's something you're interested, please let me know. I'm happy to accommodate. The next is the Salt House design. The Salt House. This border is amazing. Each one of those diamonds has another flower motif inside. It reminds me of little jewels all the way around. I think it's so pretty. 185 by 129. And then the next is Nature. This thing is ginormous. Now granted, there is a lot of dead space in there. 316 by 117. Thing is huge. Lots and lots of specialty designs or specialty stitches in there. So if that's something that you are just learning or wanting to do, this would be a great way to be able to kind of stretch your legs and figure that out. And then there are 2 Halloween releases. Beware of the Witches. It's 2 patterns. The first is Stay a Spell, and it says, park your broom and stay for a spell. And then my favorite from Rosewood Manor is Beware, in the Beware of Witches series, is Witch Parking Only. Witch Parking Only, all others will be towed. T-O-A-D. I love a good dad joke. So that's Rosewood Manor. Like I mentioned, those are up and available on the website now. Next, we've got Jan Hicks Creates. Let me tell you, most of these from Jan Hicks Creates I really like. But this top one, that's my favorite, took my friggin' breath away. So let's start with the first one. Four letter Words is a series that she has, and I believe she's got Grow and Love, Grow and Give, Grow and Give out. Yeah, Grow and Give is out because Love is the new release. So you'll see Love here in the blue and yellows. The other releases that she has are done in the same or similar color palette, which is really cool. I hope she does 4, so you can do like a collage on the wall with the 4 of them. I mean, she can do more too, but I hope at least 4 come out. So that's Love, 4-letter word Love, 102 by 101. And I don't know if I mentioned, but she has 5 new releases this round. The next is Grateful for Everything. This little creek running past the cottage is very precious with the flower border. I love that it's not super big either. It's 100 by 80. Very manageable. Be super cute on a pillow as well. Next is Winter Wonderland. And look at that big snowflake star in the corner. That's really fun. 70 by 80. And the next is Hello Fall. And I quite enjoy that there's a sunflower in there. They're my favorite. Just a little mini guy, 47 by 62, little pint size. Not really pint size, it's just funny what we think is smaller now, right? But here it is, my favorite. Coming in at the top is Blue Velvet. I mean, oh, look at this. It's amazing. I love the variation in the border. It's not a Quaker, but it gives Quaker vibes, which I think is why I like it so much. But yeah, just fantastic. Blue Velvet is 222 by 172. You know, so just a little baby pattern. It's fine. You could have done it in a weekend. Knock that out. All right, next up is Lola Crow Stitch, Cross Stitch, and we've got 6 new patterns from Lola Crow. The first is Buried in Books. Tell me you don't want to stitch that. I think my friend Jenny said she needs 3 of them or something. Or 5 or 6. I don't know if she knows she can stitch the same pattern multiple times. So I have a feeling there's a stitch along she's going to herd some people into. Am I right, Jenny? That's what it sounds like to me. So Buried in Books is 64 by 53. There are 18 different colors in that bad boy. So cute. Next, keeping with the book theme, Storytime for Ghosts. And that is 63 by 54. So, like, literally they're the same size. There's a skull there. I didn't see that before. On the floor in front of the books. That's fantastic. And then, guys, when I saw this, I can't even. The Acorns and Friends. The possum on his back on the log. Okay, so to be clear, this is like my top 2. I went back and forth if this was my favorite or the one that I'm going to show you is my favorite. But Acorns and Friends is pretty fantastic. All them little stitchy hoops hanging from the trees and the skunk and they're just great. Look at, there's like a mole down in under the tree trunk. 124 by 105. I feel like this should have stitchy friends like stitched on the top of it, and then you could like you could just put all your friends' names by each animal. Who's gonna be the possum? Who's playing dead? Who's the skunk? Next up is Acorn Bonanza. Such a great fall pattern. Those 4 crazy squirrels gathering their nuts. 80 by 80. Super cute. You got that one done in a weekend. You can totally do that. Next is Christmas Monsters. This is... Okay, so there's a larger version, and then there are 5... like a bonus ornament pattern. So there's 4 that can go into the pattern, and then there's an extra, and if you want to do them all individually, you can, as you can see here. Christmas Monsters is 125 by 158. Looking at this originally, I thought it was going to be bigger than that, but it's not. And it's a great size. And even if you just do the ornaments, those are pretty fantastic. Like the witch on the broomstick flying away with all the presents. It says La Befana. Is that what it says? It's too small. I think that's what it says. That's cute. I like it. And my favorite. If you haven't seen this floating around social media, then you haven't been paying attention, because this is getting so much buzz. Murder in the Pumpkin Patch. Talk about spooky goodness. Look at the friggin' chickens in the corn stalks. I don't know what they're doing. Are they running? Are they trying to fly? I mean, chickens don't really fly. I don't know what's happening over there. But I really want to go check it out. And the crows stealing the top of the pumpkin. This is so good. Amazing, amazing work. Spooky perfection. That's 144 by 104. All right. Next is wildflower stitching. Do you guys know wildflower stitching? Do you know Maria Kutzner? She is like the sweetest person ever. Jessica must have been stitching, and I met her at our first Stitch Away, which I think was 2022, maybe 2021. It was 2021. It had to have been 2021. Yes. Anyway, she is a fantastic human. She makes bags. She does all sorts of things. Beautiful bags. If you follow her on Instagram, she is travels. She's always got great stuff out there. She has come out with 6 new designs. The first one we're going to talk about is Welcome Fall. Very autumnal colors. I was looking at this, and it is with Pirate Robin Harvest Gold thread. And look at the beautiful variegation on that. It is so lovely. Welcome Fall Quaker is 120 by 185. I mean, the variegation is so fantastic. It literally looks like there's 5 different colors used in that, and placed so strategically. Did you fussy cut all that when you stitched it, Miss Maria? Because it's lovely. All right, next up is Booble. Booble. Booble is 71 by 71, representing spookiness at its finest, with the bats and the ghosts and the skeletons and the crows and the moon and the stars and, of course, the black cat. And shows being done transverse there as well. Also really cool if you did it with the glow-in-the-dark fabric and you did all monochromatically. Next is Aw Nuts. Another in the round, squirrels chasing their nuts. 71 by 71. Raven's Midnight Serenade. I love this color combination with the blues and purples and then the touch of green in the tail of the bird. It reminds me of when you see the sun hit a crow or a blackbird and how you get that coloring. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So fun. 109 by 113 on Raven's Midnight Serenade. Another in the round, Sing Joy Bauble for Christmas. 71 by 71. And my favorite, oh, look at this. The flowers on this Thankful pattern are so pretty. Even if you didn't want to do all of the other stuff, if you just did the center on this, that in and of itself would be a beautiful pattern. Maria, that is just stunning. I love it. 152 by 133 is the measurement on Thankful. Next designer, who do we have? Silver Creek Samplers. always fun to see what Silver Creek's putting out, right? The first is Boohoo, and it looks like it is a combination of options because it is a drum, but obviously you could do just the round, or you could just do or the round and the regular straight stitch all the way around and not have to turn it into a drum. I always awesome when those options are given. Next up is Love Came Down, which is an ornament trio. The one is Mary and Joseph with baby Jesus, and it says Noel. The other is Follow the Star, and the last is A Most Holy Night. Next is Needle Little Love. This one is really precious. Love is the needle that can mend and help bring comfort to a friend. I think this is so sweet. And I love the little bird, and it's just such a great sentiment, especially for our stitching community. And you know what? Not just our cross-stitch community, but the needleworks and handcraft community in general. Everyone's always there to support each other, lend a hand, and isn't that what it's all about? Next is To Have and To Fold. When I said I do, I did not mean the laundry. And I love that it's done on an old washboard. Next is Wreck the Halls. Oh, kitty cat. Like half of those Christmas bulbs are broken. There's a mouse. A tree has fallen over. There's so much jam-packed into this little guy. I love it. It makes me giggle. Wreck the Halls. And my favorite, Where Flowers Bloom. So Does Hope. It's so pretty, and it's got all my favorite things. Sunflowers, or maybe they're black-eyed Susans, but either way, it's the yellow flower with the dark center. So I love it. The bees and the lettering and the variegated floss that's used in it, it's so pretty. Where Flowers Bloom. So those are the 6 new charts from Silver Creek Samplers. Next up is Scarlet House. All right, the Scarlet House like hit a home run and did all the things. 9 new charts, very sampler heavy, which, you know, as per usual with Sampler House. Some reproductions, some original, and the first is Sarah Sanderson, 1872. This is an antique reproduction. I love the birds. Very well done. Beautiful border. 287 by 327. She just, you know, real small. Just real small. The next is an original design. The Rhythm of My Needle. And the sentiment on this verse is lovely. The rhythm of my needle, gently as it goes, making little stitches sweetly as it sews. And next is Beekeeper's Cottage. Did I mention how big that other one? 166 by 303 on the Rhythm of My Needle. Beekeeper's Cottage is part of a new sampler series, simple sampler series. There's 2 that are being released this time. So we've got the Beekeeper's Cottage, and that's at 87 by 79. And then you've got, 3 that are coming out this time. So Beekeeper's Cottage, and then Bluebird Sampler, which is 89 by 89. And then the last in the Simple Sampler series for this release, number 3 is Homegrown. With those gotta be the beefsteak tomatoes, right? Because they be ginormous. And that's also 81 by 81. Next up is an antique reproduction. Margaret Mossop, we'll say Mosop. Let's go that route. 1843. And this is a reproduction that was done of Margaret's at age 10. I love that border. It looks like pansies. I'm not sure that that's what it is, but it's so pretty. This one is 241 by 260. And we've got another antique reproduction, which is Maud Brimacombe, 1883. Very, the color-wise on this one, very patriotic with the red, whites, and blues. Or I guess it's not white, it's more of the light pinks. But that one's 167 by 162. And then we've got Mary Finlay, which is an antique reproduction. She is a big one. She's very, very, very large and in charge. And that is 125 by 233. And then my favorite is Chirp Away, this cute little bird. Chirp away, little birdie, chirp away at me. And that one is 78 by 64. And the last one that I currently have on the website is Crafty Blue Bonnet. Now, this video isn't going to release probably until Wednesday or Thursday, and today it's Tuesday right now. So by the time you see this, many of the upcoming designers that I am talking about will likely be on the website, but as of right now, this is where we're at. So 8 new designs coming from Crafty Blue Bonnet. The first is Autumn. Autumn is 85 by 156. Next is Everyone Can Build a Snowman, 117 by 108. This is so cute. It's like all the parts except the snow. Even the little buttons, like his charcoal buttons, are floating around there. Next is Gingerbread Spool. That's 46 by 61. Halloween Stitchy Stakes. We've got Spooky Sweets for 31 cents. There's a barn star and then the black cat. They're 50. The quilt block is 54 by 57. The cat is 43 by 42, and the Spooky Sweets 43 by 43. And next is Hey Boo. Now there's also another version, Spooky, an alternate version. I think this is adorable. It was between this one and the one I'm going to show you as my top. But Hey Boo is 82 by 65, and then obviously there's the Spooky Companion, which is very similar in count. And then So Spooky, 90 by 45. Sweets and Eeks, 118 by 124. And then my favorite, 137 by 79 is Needle Little Christmas. And I love the way many of the designers, because it's not just Crafty Blue Bonnet. There's been a lot of designers who have done a lot of things that are very stitchy, community driven. And that's always been a thing, but I feel like there's a lot more this release so far. And I just really enjoy that there's stitchy things to stitch about stitching. So Needle Little Christmas. So those are the 8 that are loaded. The next one I'm going to go over is Serenita di Campagna. I have to find the email because I am out of order. So Serenita di Campagna came out with 9 new charts. The first is this beautiful pheasant, perfect for fall. The coloring and the detail on that pheasant is freaking amazing. I love it. I don't have stitchy counts on this one, so I apologize. Next up is not the Witch. I don't really have anything to say because it's just so freaking good. Look at that. Her face is amazing. All the details. The crows, her dress. And then next is Decoratrice Halloween. So there are 3 rounds. One with an owl, one with a crow, and another with a ghost with a cat. So cute. And then another Decoratrice Halloween. Or, I'm sorry, the other one was Decoratrice. Yeah. Is there 2 Halloween ones? Wait a second. Oh, there's a 1 and a 2. Okay. Oh, thought I had my names wrong on here. Okay, so the first one was 1 of Decoratrice Halloween, and this is number 2. This one is a spooky cat, a spooky house, and that great witch with the owl. That's amazing. Decoratrice Autumn with the squirrel and a pumpkin, an owl, and a hedgie. Fun fact, my daughter has a friend who's from England who's staying with us, and she was here when I saw one of these patterns. I was like, oh, you have hedgehogs in England, don't you? Aren't they so cute? And she's like, you think they're cute, those spiky things? Yes, I do think they're cute. I quite enjoy them. Next one is Autumn Bookmark and Scissor Fob Kit. So the Autumn Bookmark and Scissor Fob has the owl, 2 different owls. No, that's not true. Shows it as a pillow and a bookmark. And then the little gnome. And then the 2 versions there. Oops. And then going back to my favorite. Like I said, it was a toss-up for me between the witch and this guy, Midnight. The cat is wearing witch's shoes. Those little smart, spooky owls. It's so cute. I love that. Good stuff. All right. Next up is Dirty Annie's. Who doesn't love some Dirty Annie's patterns? She's always got great stuff. 8 new patterns from Dirty Annie's. First one is Franciscan Prayer Sampler. I don't have sizes on these ones either. At least the portion that I'm in right now, so I apologize. The next is Bad Things. And I sometimes do bad things when I'm hungry. A little hangry. Next is Support Your Local Murderer, Crows Before Bros. And then fall is Gather. Next are some different tombstones. This one is She Won. She did have the most fabric. And then Here Lies the Body of the Village Cross-Stitcher. If she hadn't bought all the thread, she would have died richer. I don't know what they're talking about. Next is Ort and Whip. And then the last is my favorite, which is After I'm Dead. Bury me with my needle and thread so I can still stitch long after I'm dead. Well done from Dirty Annie. Next is Textile Crafts, and we've got 6 new patterns from Textile. And the first one is Stitchy Spools bookmark. I love that. That's really good. I again, sucker for the reds. Next is Harvest Blessings. Oh, I should mention, I do have sizes on this one. So Stitch Spools bookmarks is 19 by 86. Harvest Blessings, which is 68 by 67. Harvest Hearth Biscornu, 57 by 57. Fall is harvest. And this is a companion piece actually to the gather that we saw with Dirty Annie's. And then when we go over the Stitching Kitten, there'll be the third piece. So Textile Crafts, Stitching Kitten, and Dirty Annie's. And it's 60 by 80 on Harvest. Autumn Blooms, which is 49 by 74. And then my favorite, going back to what I said about designers really paying tribute to our craft and our stitchy people. This one is it's called Stitchy Friend. Thank you for being a stitchy friend. And that one is 143 by 56. Isn't it precious? I love it. I love it. All right. Finally I cannot talk. Finally a farm girl has hit it out of the park. First of all, this first collaboration piece that she has with Twin Peak Primitives, it's not the first one they've done. They did Mount Vernon before. This is the newest one in the Presidential Home Series, and this one is Peacefield 1788. And it isn't just this behemoth of a sampler and house, but there's all these things that come with it. There is a mini of John, there's a mini of Abigail, there's the Addams Family Farm mini. I mean, it's what a collection. It's beautiful. So you're not just getting this one chart, you're actually getting 4 different charts with it. So if you look at Abigail and John Adams, they're both 77 by 75. And then the Penns Hill Addams Family Farm is 141 by 84. And the big chart is 172 by 193. Done so well. What a beautiful collection that is. Next up is it Beela's Sweet Treats? Bula? Probably killing the name, aren't I? 52 by 64. Next is Welcome to the Patch with Matilda and Murray going about their pumpkin patch trips. Look at the turkey. 84 by 90. And then this new sweet standalone, no Murray with them, but this standalone Matilda is Reindeer Matilda, 63 by 73. And then In the Meadow, which is In the Meadow We Can Build a Snowman, is the verse that's on it. 102 by 92. Look at those black bears building the snowman. How stinking cute is that? And then my favorite is a Sleepy Hollow sampler. Now, I am not a sampler person. I will say it over and over. But this spooky town on the top, spooky houses, this is amazing. I think it is so pretty. Done in these deep hollowy colors. It's just so good. 132 by 123. Well done, finally a farm girl. Well done. Next is Stitchy Pros. She's got 4 new designs. Let me get over here to the right page. I really went back and forth on what was my favorite. This first one I'm going to show you, the Beneath Moonlit Wings. It was between this one and the one I picked. You guys know that I love me a bug or a moth or a bug or a moth or a butterfly or a bird. And this one is Grow Bold Beneath Moonlit Wings, 96 by 128. Next is it's called Frosty the Vampire, but the phrase on it is Beware of Frostbite. That's really clever. I like that. 64 by 96. And then the sweet little scarecrow for Scarecrow Serenade, 79 by 96. That's really sweet. But here we go. Add to cart this one, you guys, because these reindeer and Rudolph are freaking amazing. Christmas sweater trio. Look at them. They're so cute in their little sweaters. Oh, yeah, I gotta love an animal in human clothes, right? 119 by 80 is the size on that one, and that wraps up Stitchy Pros. Next one is the Stitching Kitten. So this is where we will see the third in that series we were talking about. Stitching Kitten has 9 new stitches. 9 new patterns. I should not film after I've had a full day of work where I had to be there at 6:30 in the morning. The brain is not fully functioning 12 hours later. Okay. Nutcracker Soldier is the first in the collection. I don't have sizes on these ones on this section that I'm looking at either, so we will just have to go with what it is. The next is, there's a zoo line that Stitching Kitten has been doing, and this is the part 5 of that, and the giraffes. And she had put out a snippet on Instagram and of the stitching, and it is so sweet. I really enjoy that. Next is Clawford the Pirate Kitty. And then we've got the Fall Is collection, which is Falling Leaves. Again, that's with the other 2 portions are available through Textilly Crafts and Dirty Annie's. The next is Amazing Friends, part of the Pirate Robin Floss collaboration. And this one is Corn Maze. Look at that. Kitty is so sweet. And then we've got Bryn and Air Meets Sea. And I am going to destroy this name. Evanth? Yeah. But my favorite is Moonlit Grove. When I saw this one on Instagram, and I was like, ooh, I gotta have that. It's so good. So good. I love all of the little motifs that are in there and how it works together, and the border and the overdyed floss that's used that just bring it. It's so good. Good job. Got Works by ABC. And next, first one is Captivating Rosette. This is one of those that you better make sure you mark where you're at, because any which way you turn it could be up. That one's 91 by 91. Color Wheel Bouquet is 133 by 133. I love the color wheel on that. That's awesome. Next is Kaleidoscope, 3 separate patterns, 39 by 39 for each one of those. Those are stitched on perforated paper as well. This one is Only If Open. And it says books, mines, and umbrellas work only if they're open. 143 by 79. And my favorite, I love black work. I've done 2 black work patterns, I think. I've really enjoyed them. But the ones that I have done were like cross stitch, black work combinations. This one is full black work, and it's called Woven Star in black work, and I think the detailing is so pretty. And what I really like about it is if you didn't want to do it in just black floss, you can easily start swapping out colors and doing a different effect and adding depth and dimension more so than you already see in this pattern. So I really was excited to see that she came out with a black work pattern. I think it's lovely. Woven Star in black work. Then we've got 8 new releases from Lulu Stitches. Lots of series releases for them. First is August House and September House and October House, all 3 of which are part of the My Father's House collection, and those are 120 by 45. And then we've got M, N, and O. So we've got Mabel Mole, Nellie Narwhal, and Olivia Otter. Oh, look at that otter. So sweet. Those are part of the animal alphabet series, and 65 by 65. And then In All Things, which is 65 by 100. In All Things Give Thanks. Pretty little fall Quaker sampler. And my favorite of all of them is Popper Penguin. He is stitched on 14 count Mill Hill white perforated paper, and I love the 3-dimensional where the little flower is done separate and then added on to the top of his hat. I think it's so cute. 56 by 63. Wingtip to wingtip, it says. That's cute. Popper Penguin. That's something that Janelle will want to, or not Janelle, Jana will want to stitch. Getting my J girlfriends mixed up. All right, next is Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery. There are 6 new releases. First is Jessie Forbes 1898, which is an antique sampler reproduction. And this one is a big one. Where did I just... 235 by 376. Hoofda. That's a big girl. That's a BBP, a big, beautiful pattern. That's for sure. Next is a Biscorn U, not quite as big. The Biscorn U is 103 by 103. It's Gift of October. And then we've got Words to Live By, a simple charting of Isaiah 58, 6 through 11. The powerful words inspire a life devoted to justice for those in need. Very fitting. 200 by 191. That's beautiful. Then we got Hopperstown. Hopperstown is 200 by 150. Halfway Happy, which is 100 by 100. And then my favorite. It's not really a new release, but it is a new release, kind of. And the reason it's my favorite is because I'm glad to see it back. There have been a lot of people who have stitched this. I'm going to read the description to you so you understand why it's new. But it is Consider the Lilies. Talk about a mammoth of a piece, right? But this is, so 2020 release has been out of print for a long time. Beth says, thanks in part to the hard work of my husband, our home office edition is well underway, making it possible to get a new batch of these much-loved books back in stock. It is the same exact pattern as before, but the book has been slightly updated. So some aspects of the cover and non-chart pages will have changed. So I'm really glad to see that back on, back and available. So Consider the Lilies. Last, but certainly not least, is From the Heart Needle Arts. and 7 new charts. The first is Ann Lambeth. And again, I don't have sizing on this one right now. The next is Ann's Little Sampler. The Birthstone series that she's been doing, this is Sapphire. I really enjoy that series. I think there's some really nice patterns. Next is French Alphabet. This is my second favorite. I love the way that those capital letters are done with the flowers and the shading. I think it's really pretty. And I also really enjoy that frame. Not that you're getting the frame, but I love the motif on it. So that's French Alphabet. Next is Mary A. Jewett. And then we've got Sweet Home, which is got some minis in there as well. And then we've got my favorite, which is, I know it's odd that I'm picking a sampler as my favorite, but look at this border. I am floored. It is stunning. And that is Teresa Colon, 1869 antique reproduction. It's so good. Oh, forget about it, right? Well, that wraps up the 18 designers, the 18 additional designers since my last recap. I hope that you have found some things that you like, that you want to stitch. And if there's something that you're still looking for, you're not seeing on the website, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to get it added. And hopefully by next week, I'll have another video for you going over more, because I know there's a lot more coming. There are so many designers that have yet not done their releases. So hope to see you then. Until then, I hope that you do something feisty and stitch what you love. Oh.